friends. So I'm with my boy, Kevin. You want to say hi?
Hi.
We're going down to a Georgia Tech game, football game. They're playing Pitt, the Pitt Panthers. And back in the day, Tech and Pitt were both monster teams. Remember Tony Dorsett, Dan Marino. Of course, Tech was tied for first of the national championship, I think, with Colorado in 1990 or 1991 or something like that. Now they're both pretty bad. Tech is horrible this year, and so we're gonna drive down there. I guess it's homecoming today, and we're gonna take some Halloween candy to my oldest. My other daughter is at a soccer game in some place in Georgia, and then my wife Charlotte, of course, is my better half, is taking Leah to a tennis match. So all four kids are, and then Cal and I, when we're done, we're gonna take Maddie out to dinner tonight. The point about this video, my friends, is it's awesome being a dad. Now, I hear some people say, I don't want to bring kids to this world, blah, blah, blah. I said, man, being a dad is the best thing ever. Even if you got a crazy loon right here like this kid. Cav, are you a crazy loon?
No.
What? What are you? A nutcase? Anything else you want to say?
No.
Do you like when I put the camera on you?
I don't care.
Is there anything better than embarrassing a 7th grader and put him on YouTube?
Oh, thanks.
He said thanks. Anyway, the point is, it's like, man, being a dad's the best thing ever. I just love my kids. Now I'm telling you, not all the time. Sometimes you're like, oh my goodness, like with old Cap today, where's my jacket? Dude, I don't know. Next thing you're gonna be asking me where his underwear is. I don't know. So I know some of you all can't have kids. I tell you, I get that. That's some choose not to by choice. I get that. It's completely contingent on what you're wanting to do. I just think it's sad for some people like AOC who says I can't bring kids to the world because climate change. I mean, look, you know, the future goes to the people who show up, and my kind of people are showing up. That's religious based, more conservative minded. Certainly more to the right than the left, and if your sort isn't going to show up, then my side will ultimately just outpopulate your side. That's just a fact. So I would if you're concerned about the world and you're not going to have children, you're essentially ceding the battle to my side, which is fine. You can do whatever you want to do, but I feel bad for people because once you have children and you see just the joy that they can bring. Now, trust me, it's not all joy. You can put that down. It's not all joy. I mean, there's always a problem. There's always issues. You know what I'm saying? It costs a lot of money to have kids. You got to spank butts, right, Cav? Spank them hard, spanking butts. You got kids waking up, need their butts changed. Cav needed his butt changed last night. Kevin's my chill kid. It's funny. Liam is my talkative kid. Kevin's my chill kid. Chloe is just like kind of sleepy. And Maddie's my overly self-confident kid. Let's put it like that. It's all good. We all have issues, that's for sure. But anyway, the point is, if you're of this sort, you're younger, and you say, I don't want to have kids because of whatever it is, you're worried about money, you're worried about climate change, you're worried. Man, I'm telling you, I would say for you to kind of think again. Look, man, it's not a walk in the park. But children they do something to your psyche that makes you just think about the future in a different way. And but it also just makes you, I don't know, at least for me, I don't want to say for you. I have no idea what it does for you. And I haven't had any kids addicted to drugs and alcohol yet. I mean, my oldest is 19, so I haven't had that issue. I haven't had any kids, freaking run away and go with some Nigerian prince or something like that. I haven't had that happen. I mean, I don't know. That always worries me. Will my kids get addicted to meth? I don't know. But that's something I think about all the time, and I pray that doesn't happen because that would scare me. But at the end of the day, the love that you have for your children, it cannot be understated. Which kind of goes back to the whole reason why it's amazing to me what Jesus did. Because again, you might not love Jesus, but he loves you. You see what I'm saying? And that's where people say, God, he's not going to forgive me, or I don't believe in God, whatever. That's for us Christians, we say we believe in God, and we recognize his love for us, and we recognize that we sin against him for sure. And that's what we have to contend ourselves with. But some people say, God won't love me anymore. I'm like, that'd be like saying you won't love your children. Well, then, I guess I'm Drunky McGee back there, a Swervy McGee. I got a Swervy McGee back there. You're going to love your kids. You see what I'm saying? So the love that you have for your children and what you would do for them, would you die on a cross for your own children? Of course you would. Of course you would. So for Jesus to do that for us without even knowing us, but he does know us. And that's the whole thing about Jesus. He wants a personal relationship with us all. And he wants to establish that, and that's where I think a lot of the naysayers of Christianity, they don't realize it is a supernatural being, a supernatural relationship. It's not of this world, it's out of this world. Thus, it's supernatural, outside the context of the world, physics and things of that nature. It's beyond that. And the interesting thing I find about Christianity is that no matter where you go, there are people practicing it for the most part. I mean, I'm sure there's some parts of the world they aren't. And how does that happen from a guy from the sticks of Nazareth? How does it happen that we're still bowing down to him in China, in America, every place in between? It's amazing to me because he wants a personal relationship with you. And he will get that relationship by hook or by crook with some people, like with Paul. Going back to Saul of Tarsus, he did not want a relationship with Jesus. He wanted to murder Jesus' followers, the way, and yet Jesus found that, or Jesus, not literally, but essentially exploded on Saul to make him see the light and make him find that personal relationship with him. And Jesus might not be as dramatic for you, but I mean, he is. It's just amazing what happens. The fundamental nature of Christianity and why it's so amazing. Because after all these years, after all these people, and yet here we are, still just as strong as ever. Maybe not in the West or secular, because we're a secular, affluent nation. That shouldn't surprise anybody, though, simply because Jesus talks about money all the time. He says it's harder for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get to heaven. I mean, that inherently, as you get more affluent, you find you need less and less faith because you already have everything you need. And the poor, they call on Jesus and God because they're like, I need you. I can't do this on my own. And Jesus will say the poor in spirit, those who feel at the end of the day, I don't have what it takes, so I'm going to rely on Jesus to carry me because I don't have it. Not just the poor in money, but the poor in spirit as well. And I just sit there, I say, I don't know why you do it, Jesus. I don't know how you did it, why, but the fact that you want a personal relationship with each and every one of us, for me, it's amazing. Unfortunately, people say, but, how come Jesus never had a personal relationship with me? Well, he has. You just got to sit there and wait for it to be more. It might not be as explosive as it was for Paul, and I've shared with you my story before. Maybe you just got to be quiet. Maybe you need to listen better. Or maybe you just got to wait. I don't know how it works. But anyway, all right, that's all I want to say. I want to introduce my boy here, who I love. My little man, Calvin. It's funny how Calvin, if he puts his mind to it. Calvin's kind of lazy, like me. When I was his age, I was lazy. I was like, dude, he's a good student. A little bit lazy. Would you admit that? Kind of? But it's funny because he can put the Legos together just like that. I'm like, huh? He's got a mind for like that kind of puzzle and the ability to put stuff together. And I call it an engineering mind. So I'm hoping he goes something like that because I think he'd be good at building things. And I'm just like, dude, I can't see it. I don't have that kind of brain. He gets it from my wife. He gets it from his mom to be able to put things in I can see things, how they go together, how they connect. For me, it's just like a garble. But all right, we'll see you next time.